When you think about privacy, it's protecting the data, encrypting the data, also protecting access to the data, which means strong authentication.
But never nuance here, particularly the implications of machine IDs on data privacy and protection.
Yeah, I think Colin actually mentioned it a little bit in one of the things he said, right? These machine identities are used for encryption, both for data in transit and at rest. So I think that's one of the underpinnings of privacy. But I think that that's a piece of it is when you think about privacy, it's protecting the data, encrypting the data, also protecting access to the data, which means strong authentication and so forth. So to me, the underpinnings of how you would implement privacy, it involves machine identities of various sorts. It's not the only piece in conjunction with policy and so forth, but a lot of the way that you enforce that is exactly through that technology. And again, if it's not implemented properly, if it's not secured properly, if it's not updatable, all the other things we talked about, you're going to open yourself up to problems.
I'd agree. Privacy is a huge thing within compliance, isn't it? And regulation, privacy and identifying individuals, all those pieces of information we gather together that build the picture of the individual person falls all under compliance, particularly around GDPR. So, the machine ID linked to my name is now starting to build up a bigger picture as to who I am and is breaching my privacy. So we do have to look at that, and it's really important when we're outside of our organization and we're dealing with other sort of third parties coming in, because again, we're managing that privacy, particularly if we're enforcing some of our policies on our supply chain partners or third party organizations, that we're extending that control into there and we're getting a little bit more information to them. So privacy has got to be one of the key things, and how we protect that privacy of the individual and their devices is key.
I totally agree. But it really, it has to be embedded. I mean, it's foundational. It has to be ubiquitous to, everything, the entire architecture, backwards and frontwards. And the thing that really concerns me is how open sharing has become. So just the amount of APIs that are running around out there, that's another governance challenge. How open those standards are. I mean, you're just freely sharing that information backwards and frontwards. It's not being anonymized. It's not being aggregated into metadata. It's just open, clear, plain text. There you go. And it's concerning. And then I was reading the spending report from Gartner and where people are going to be focusing their efforts. And the good news is cybersecurity is over 60%, but APIs was 37%. That is a lot higher than I thought it was going to be. So what's the plan for this, guys? How are you planning to, basically govern this area that's already not very governed very well at all? So that's another concerning area.
And machine identities are, of course, how all those APIs are at least supposed to be secured, right?
Supposed to be.
Supposed to be, yes, exactly.
Yeah, there is very little of checking of APIs, is there? Sort of everybody grabs the API and starts to work with it. Nobody really delves into what it's doing and where's it going and what's under the cover.
It's like when you join a new company, the first thing they do is give you a login. And you need the same thing for your API. You can't just have it be completely open and everyone has access to it.